for CU as they huddle up on the free throw line here. Menlo in the road navy blues, Menlo in white across the chest with some gray trim, white numerals as well. Left to right for the Lady Tigers, right to left for the Mighty Oaks. We are just about ready to get day 2 of the NAIA final site underway. 4 teams advancing a day ago, including the overall number 1 seed Marion. They'll play Providence, Dakota State, and Carroll will meet tomorrow as well. One of these 2 teams will be the 5th to join that group of 4. Opening toss controlled by Menlo as Boyle doesn't leave her feet. The Lady Tigers will gladly take the next possession. Inside they hit, working with the basketball, stepping through, shot no good, but they get an offensive rebound, and the putback is good for Jasmine Huggins. Huggins grabbed her own miss and goes back quickly. Yesterday in the shoot-around, coach telling her team not to panic the first 3 or 4 possessions as they adapt to the length and athleticism of the Menlo team. Here is Wilkes inside. She'll go with a little baby hook. Too strong. Ball in the air. Rebound is loose, and I believe that is Rosette to pick it up for Menlo. They lead 2-0. And Boley back the other way for the Mighty Oaks. Inside, she's got Brown. Fall away shot off the mark, well off the mark. And the rebound of the Lady Tigers. They want to run here today. Pritchett, left side, wide open 3 on the way. That is no good. Lee, the rebound, may have been bumped by Rosette, no call. Boyle on the right wing, can't shoot it. Bounces high post to Pritchett. We played 1 minute as Lee angles left elbow. Now the entry going for Wilkes. It was tapped away by Huggins and picked up by Hunter. So Boley will bring Menlo to the offensive end, leading 2-0. Hunter will go far side to Boley. Boley long pass in the middle. Huggins steps through. It's knocked away. Wilkes got a hand on it, but it was picked up by Brown. And Menlo leads 4-0. Menlo not pressing here. So we expected them to press and pressure. They may save that for a bit later in the game, or saving the legs perhaps with this stretch of games they'll have to play in a short span. Here a basket inside as Pritchett finds Wilkes cutting towards the right block, and an easy pitch in for Kit Kat. The Lady Tigers cut the lead for Menlo in half. It is 4-2. Mighty Oaks. Boley out in the middle. Hits Huggins. Here's Rosette. Contested 3 over Pettigo is good for Jordan Rosette. Pettigo an eyelash late getting there, and the Lady Tigers see Menlo take a 5-point advantage. Lee bluffs the handoff, and now Pettigo ends up with it out in the middle. They bounce to the elbow. That is Pritchett. Turns. Double team there, and Rosette with a cheap foul as she kind of reached over the top. That was almost like a scenario you would see late in the game where they're trying to foul and speed things up or maybe force free throws, whatever. Rosette just reached in and fouled Campbellsville's Pritchett. First on Menlo. Pettigo will hold. She'll drive here. Gets the step, but it's back tapped by Boley and picked up by Hunter. Long pass to Boley. She'll hit in the middle. Brown may have gotten away with a walk. They'll go to Rosette, far corner. 3 off the mark. Long rebound comes right back to Rosette. Hunter is open for 3. She'll try it around and out. That's no good. Wilkes the board for Campbellsville. So Menlo with a pair of good looks. They come up empty. Pettigo will push. Right side stops. Trailer. Pritchett. Triple on the way. That is no good. Pettigo the rebound for CU, and she is fouled by Boley. Boley nods her head as she will not approve of the whistle. First on Boley, 2 on Menlo. Menlo played only 8. Actually, they only played, 8 players in that game against Southern Oregon. So not a deep bench for Coach Spataro. At least it would not seem so. Boyle free momentarily, but Hunter closed out. She'll need some help. Pritchett wants the entry to Wilkes. Has her. Wilkes going to go to work before the double team gets there, and 1 for Kit Kat. The whistle will go against Menlo, and it'll go against Brown. That is the first on Brown, so Wilkes with a pair of buckets here early. She has all 4 for the Lady Tigers. She can make this a 2-point basketball game as it's a 7-4 Menlo advantage. Free throw on the way is good for Wilkes. 7-5 the count. We return to play here, creeping close to 3 minutes gone by. No changes either way. Brown looking at a double team, quickly gets it off to Boley. She'll zip one inside that's knocked away and stolen. Pritchett deflected it and picked it up. She'll bring Campbellsville to the offensive end. Lee hesitates, looking. Lee works her way inside, spins, fall away. We are tied 7 each way. A football score shows in the Tyson Event Center. Campbellsville trailed by 5. They quickly erase that 5-point deficit. Boyle gambles, nearly had a steal. Rosette kept it free. Boley needs some help here as she's on the dribble. Going to go right side to Hunter. Inline, Huggins. Flashing. Brown, it was deflected and stolen. Pettigo comes up with it. Pettigo going to hit long. She's got Boyle. Right side, Boyle flicks it up, and it's good. The Lady Tigers have scored 7 straight, and they lead by 2. First lead of the ball game for the Lady Tigers comes 4 minutes and we'll say 45 seconds in. Actually, we'll say 3 minutes and 45 seconds in. Here is Hunter trying to work around Lee. Boley out front between the circles. Back to Hunter, who's not there. They throw it to Ginger High Colvin, and Coach will gladly accept all of those that Menlo would like to pitch to her today. Now Menlo will pressure a bit. Pritchett will bounce it into Lee. Back to Pritchett. Campbellsville will work it against this full court pressure. Lee will slow down in the middle. Now gets the step, cradles it, throws up a floater. No good. Wilkes has the rebound. One dribble in front of the rim. Wilkes throws it back up for 2 as Brown, with that one foul already, did very little to try to stop Wilkes from getting the second chance bucket. Campbellsville leads by 4 here, 11-7. Hunter holds out front. Boley looking. Back to Hunter. Drives and kicks. In the corner is Brown. 3 on the way. Strong. Rebound Lee. And Boley throws her head back in a little bit of frustration. Trailer is Boyle. Now they hit Pritchett right side. Tries to work around Rosette. Pritchett on the dribble. Back to Pettigo. Between traffic. Pettigo stops. Feeds. Wilkes in some trouble. 3 Mighty Oaks there. We're going to go to the arrow as Boley able to reach in and tie up Wilkes with 5:03 showing on the first quarter clock. The Lady Tigers have scored the last 9 in this basketball game. They trailed 7-2. Lee looking, going to throw it out long and just over the outstretched arms of a leaping Boley. It gets to Pettigo, 10 to shoot. Out to Pettigo. Back to Pritchett at the elbow. There's the entry. It's Wilkes. They dig in. 2 seconds. Lee going to have to throw it up. Off balance. Runner good for Lauren Lee. She spills to the ground, somehow falling away as the shot clock winds down off the elbow. My goodness. In the middle, nearly taken away as Pritchett gambles. Huggins throws one in to end the run. Campbellsville scored 11 straight there. 13-9. Campbellsville the advantage. Boyle dishing. Wilkes inside. 2 more for Kit Kat. She gets the bucket and Boyle the bounce. 15-9. Boley will cross the timeline with 4:17 remaining in the period. The next stoppage should bring us to a media timeout. Out top is Boley. Into the corner, Hunter feeds Huggins. Brown in the middle. She'll take a shot. No good. Rebound. Pettigo. Here comes Lee. Campbellsville continues to push. Back. Trailer. Pettigo. Triple on the way. Short. Rebound. Lee had it. But unfortunately, it kind of kicked off her leg, and steps called on Hunter as she tried to head north before she had the ball decked. And Campbellsville will get it back off the turnover. Changes for each club when we get back from this media stoppage. The Lady Tigers lead by 6 with 3:52 remaining in the first quarter. You're following the Lady Tigers. This is the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
Brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky Athletic Administrators Association.
On the basketball court, you have to know where the lines are. It's just as important to know where the lines are in your own yard. Kentucky law generally requires you to have underground utility lines located before most excavation work, even if it's on your own property. If you don't call 811 and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate you, and you may be fined up to $1,250. Much better to stay within the bounds of the law and call before you dig to start putting in that backboard or goalpost. For more information, visit psc.ky.gov. This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Back back to play here in Fleet Farm Arena. The Lady Tigers with the basketball. Pritchett will feed a new player in the lineup. That's Kayla Luby, and Luby will go to work with the left hand. The 6'2 graduate forward from B, Nebraska tallies 2 for Campbellsville. Changes for Menlo as well as Jessney Cooper out there, 5'10", the junior guard from Perth, Australia. Long pass. Cooper fumbled it. Bertram picks it up. Bert, the 5'6 junior guard from Glasgow, Kentucky, in for CU. Whitney Hay in there as well, 6-foot redshirt sophomore forward from Eastview, Kentucky. Cooper stumbles down. Hay open on the left side. Behind the back, she's pressured by Rosette. And now she'll leave it with Bertram on the left wing. Entry, Luby again, working, shot, short, rebound, batted out, long. Brown goes down. Campbellsville has an open player somewhere. Lee will bounce. That player was Hay. Inside, steps through. She's fouled. And Whitney Hay will take a trip to the free throw line with 2:55 remaining in the first quarter. And that is on Rosette. That's going to be her second. So things get a little more difficult for Coach Spataro as their sharpshooter will have to check out. Hit a 3 earlier. Huggins back in. Alberta Frisch in, 5'7", the sophomore guard from, we'll say Denmark. Trying to find the 5th player. That's Bowley over there. So Frisch and Cooper, the 2 changes for Coach Spataro. Campbellsville left Lee and Pritchett on the court. First free throw for Hay, good. 18-9. The Lady Tigers have Menlo doubled up. Second free throw for Hay is good. Whitney Hay gets both. 19-9. Campbellsville by double figures. Frisch fumbles it. She'll go to Bowley, and they'll cross the timeline with a couple of ticks to spare. Frisch working. She lost it again. Heavy pressure by the Lady Tigers has forced some mistakes for Menlo already. Bowley works around Bertram. She'll stop, take the pull-up jumper. That is good for Shea Bowley, averaging 8 points a basketball game. 19-11, the Lady Tigers lead it. They trailed 7-2 to start. Since that point, it's been a 17-4 run for Campbellsville. Working right side, Lee, a lane, right-hand scoop shot, no good. And the rebound to Kiara Brown. Frisch will hit ahead quickly to Cooper. Cooper will slow down. Brown cutting. Right side. Over Pritchett. Shot too strong. Luby the rebound for Campbellsville. Quick effort by Menlo. Campbellsville to run the other way. Lee in the middle. Right side stops. Pritchett will go to Bertram straight away. Bowley there to defend. Shovels it back. Pritchett works right side. Cutting is Lee. Not there. 15 to shoot. Hay inside against Cooper. Stops. Spins. Shot in the middle of the lane. No good. Popped out on Whitney Hay. Clean look. Nice move. Long pass. Huggins will catch. She'll stop. Take a fall-away shot that is good. And Huggins will draw Menlo closer a bit as it is a 6-point Campbellsville advantage. Hay in the middle. Now Lee. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Matt Payton here. The Tyson Event Center in Sioux City. Left side, Bertram. Campbellsville in the bonus. A foul would give them free throws. Here is Pritchett. Back to Bertram, run off the spot by Bowley. She'll drive inline, feeds one through, but nobody there for Campbellsville. A turnover on CU. Lady Tigers come up empty the last couple trips. Cooper, pressured, needs help. Bowley right in front of me here. She's on the left wing. Back to Cooper. 1 minute to play in the period. Campbellsville by 6. Bowley inside. Brown there works around Hay, who flashed. I don't know how Brown got that up over Hay, to be honest, but hits it between the side of the rim and the backboard, and it pops up and through. 4-point Campbellsville lead. 6 straight, I believe, for Menlo. 40 seconds remaining. First quarter inside. Hay has Luby, who has 2 more. She gets the hoop and the helper for Whitney Hay. Frisch works around Bertram. 21-15. Bowley right wing. There's about a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock, so Menlo can't take the air out of it quite yet. Bowley out top to Huggins. Huggins will drive. Ooh, steps maybe. No call. Frisch going to try a 3. That is good for Alberta Frisch, who's 31% on the season. It is a 3-point Campbellsville lead with 6 seconds to play in the period. Lee, 4 seconds. Lee drives, shot with the right hand. She was fouled by Bowley. I think they missed it. There was a bit of a high five, it looked like, on that shot. It was either Bowley or Frisch that came through. It looked like they got a piece of the hand on Lee as the ball came up well short. And that is where the buzzer will bark to signal the end of the first 10 minutes here in Sioux City. Campbellsville with a 3-point advantage after leading by as much as 10. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
We are Kentucky Broadcasters, your hometown radio and television stations. We bring you breaking news. We keep you safe. We serve your community in good times and in bad. Your local broadcasters are always there. We are deeply rooted in your small towns and your big cities. We champion a strong sense of civic pride, no matter how we connect. Over the air, online, and on your device. We are Kentucky Broadcasters. There when it matters.
Set to begin second quarter play in Sioux City. The Lady Tigers lead by 3 over Menlo, 21-18. High scoring first quarter. Campbellsville 50% from the field, 9 of 18. Menlo 8 of 15 overall. That is 53%. Take a look at the split box to look at some of the other numbers. Menlo with 5 turnovers. Campbellsville with 2 points off of those rebounds. Campbellsville faring well in the early going. A 10-6 CU advantage in rebounding overall. 16-6 the Lady Tiger edge in the paint. Back to play here. Campbellsville will begin this second quarter with 4/5 of their starting lineup. Pritchett will get a break. Tyra Flowers in for CU as this ball knocked out of bounds. Actually mishandled by Brown. The pass, I believe, from Cooper. And Campbellsville gets another turnover, or forces another turnover, as Tyra Flowers, the 5'10 sophomore forward from Winchester, Kentucky, in the lineup. T-shirts all around the gym being thrown out here. You can hear some of the kids really excited about that. Campbellsville the other way. I'd be excited about a Lady Tiger bucket. Lee over the top. Scott Pettigo. And there's that bucket. Campbellsville on cue. That's beautiful. Like Lauren and Bailey were listening right there. 30 seconds gone by. Second quarter. Brown feeding Huggins, who has to retreat and grab the hot pass. They'll come into the corner. Cooper can't shoot it as Boyle flashes. Now Bowley dumps it down. Huggins at the turnaround. Soft touch hit the side of the backboard, however. Here comes CU. They lead 23-18. Looking for more. Menlo looking for a stop. Wilkes open 3. No good. Off to the right. Cooper and Frisch will run it down. It's Frisch to grab it. And now Bowley will lead Menlo back the other way. Cooper catches left wing. Cutting is Frisch. Stops Huggins in the middle. Brown. Brown a few dribbles. Backs away. Campbellsville digs in defensively. Frisch to Cooper. Back to Frisch. She hit a 3 earlier. Another one on the way. That is good for Alberta Frisch. Averaging about 10 points a game. She's hit a pair of triples here early. 23-21. Campbellsville the lead. Already 3 or 4 made threes by Menlo. Great equalizer, as Benji Kelly likes to say. Inside, Lee looking. That is Wilkes, and that ball will hang on the top of the iron and fall through. Caitlin Wilkes with 2 more for Campbellsville's Lady Tigers. She is creeping close to double figures, and actually that bucket, I believe, will put her into double figures with 11. Frisch bounces. Brown turns. Hits on the inline to Huggins. Huggins is fouled. Campbellsville will reach in and foul. That's going to go against Wilkes. First on Wilkes. Campbellsville did not have a foul called in the first quarter. Rosette will return with those 2 fouls. So a 4-point CU advantage. Bowley looking. She'll go into the corner. Frisch will get by Lee. Leaves it back out. Rosette a long 2. No good. Lee the rebound for Campbellsville. The Lady Tigers will run. Lee, right wing, stops. Campbellsville's yet to connect on an Edward Jones make. Pettigo to Lee in the short corner. Works around Brown. Drives in. Throws up a floater with the right hand that is good. I think Lee could have taken that shot or dumped it off to Wilkes. And in fact, Lee even taps her chest and tells Wilkes, my bad, should have left it. But honestly, I think there's going to be a little more of a contest had she dumped it to Wilkes, who was open. But Lee with the floater, it works, so nobody's going to gripe about that. Bowley misses, and Wilkes will run down the loose ball. Campbellsville by 6. A chance to add. Pettigo on the far wing. Here's Lee, works with the screen from Wilkes. They double. Quick pass inside looking for Wilkes. Was it deflected by Menlo? I've not seen a signal. I've still not seen a signal. The official underneath is looking for help, so they may end up going to the arrow, which would favor Campbellsville. And I never saw a signal. So maybe Coach Spataro protested the official, asked for help, but nobody had a better view, so they leave it with Campbellsville. The Lady Tigers may have dodged a bullet here. Lee to Boyle, too strong as she went off glass. Flowers took away the rebound, and she's fouled. Cooper fell into Flowers. Nice play by Tyra to dig in there and keep that alive. That'll be the first on Cooper and the first on Menlo in the period. 7:12 on the clock, a 6-point Campbellsville advantage. The Lady Tigers will have it back. So now I think they're asking about the shot clock. There appeared to be possession by Menlo. I think it's either going to be 20 seconds. It should be 20. They were maybe asking if there was possession by Cooper. It may have been a second or two under 20. So Campbellsville took possession in the backcourt after the possession briefly held by Menlo. Somebody's got a flash. There's Pettigo. Pettigo will work, tries to get around Boley, who cuts her off. Now Boyle holds right wing. Boyle going to deck it. Cooper there. The long limbs of Cooper keep Boyle from shooting. Pettigo drives. That shot blocked by Boley, knocked out of bounds. Boley able to grab it before it went out of bounds, I should say, as it looked like it was going to be knocked away. Here on the other end, Boley, a quick pass to Rosette, who outran Campbellsville down the floor, and it's a 4-point Lady Tiger advantage after the Menlo make. Cooper got a hand on it. Boyle has to get to the knees just to save it. Lee drives, got an open shooter. That's Pettigo, far side, long two. No good. Pettigo going to try to run down her own miss, throws it in, but Boley able to kind of get out of the way. It deflected off of Boley, but one of her teammates was able to pick it up. B was trying to throw it back off of her out of bounds. Quick inside pass by Boley, stolen by Flowers, knocked away as Campbellsville came back the other direction, but Boyle picks it up. Menlo does have the long limbs, the athleticism. They've made some things difficult on CU here at times in this first half. Lee gets around Frisch. She'll take another pull-up shot. That one too strong, and Brown the rebound. 6 minutes to play in the first half. Changes for each team the next stoppage. Boley drives in, runs into Flowers. Shot no good. Rebound Wilkes. Boley frustrated that there was not a call. Long. Pettigo will hit Boyle. Boyle will slow down. Now cradle it, and she's called for steps. One too many for Maddie Boyle. No numbers there. And with 5:48 remaining in the first half, Campbellsville will send in Kayla Luby and Courtney Pritchett. Boyle, Lee, and Flowers remain on the court. 27-25. Boley comes near side to Frisch. Again, she's open. Another three. That one is short. Luby able to swat the rebound down into the floor and then pick it up. Had she not got a hand on it, would have came out long to Menlo. Right side, Pritchett holds as Menlo has sent Tia Morgan, 5'11" sophomore, forward from Perth, Australia. And here a turnover. The Lady Tigers looking for Luby. Boley picks it up. Boley will bring Menlo back down the court. She's got Frisch. Far corner three is good for Alberta Frisch, and it's a 1-point contest as Menlo has cut it to 1, 27-26. The Lady Tigers got out 19-9. Menlo has been on a bit of a tear since. Here Pritchett, pull-up jumper at the free throw line, circles the drain, pops off. Boley going to come long to Morgan. She's open. She'll try a three. That one is going to be hard. Rebound is taken in by Lauren Lee as Frisch flies in and hits Lee right in the left side of the head. That'll be the first on Frisch. Second on Menlo. Bertram back in for Flowers. So Campbellsville still with the advantage here. They led, as I mentioned, 19-9. So since that time, they've scored 8 points, while Menlo has scored 17. Bertram leaves it with Pritchett at the elbow. Rosette there to defend. Now Lee gets the handoff. She'll work against Frisch. Inside, throws up a shot. It almost falls through, but a foul will go against Menlo here. It'll go against Frisch. And that is her second, team's third. And with 4:31 remaining in the first half, we've reached a media stoppage here. Campbellsville, the 1-point lead. And the basketball. We'll be right back. You're following the Lady Tigers on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
It's basketball season, Tiger fans. Stay connected to the ins and outs of CU basketball via our weekly coaches show, Tiger Timeout. Each Wednesday at 6 p.m., head coaches Ginger High Colvin and Brent Vernon sit down with Matt Payton to discuss previous matchups, upcoming games, and more. Find it here on 88.7 The Tiger or on the Campbellsville Tiger YouTube channel, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Tiger Timeout.
.431 remaining in the first half. Matt Payton courtside at Fleet Farm Arena, the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa, the host site for this women's national tournament. The Division II side has been here for many years, over 20 years, back to the 90s, and when the two divisions would become one, they left the event here, so that Division I event had been held in Billings, Montana, and then when the two combined, they came to Sioux City. Does a really nice job as the host site. Benji Kelly en route. He may be here by halftime or so as Lauren Lee misses the first free throw. One more coming for Lee. For Campbellsville to set the 5 in the backcourt, Boyle, Pritchett, and Luby. Bertram behind Lauren Lee, who's at the free throw line. Second free throw good for Lee, who's got 7 now to go with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Hunter the basketball. Campbellsville leads by 2, 28-26. Far wing is Morgan. Dumps it down. Huggins. And now Rosette back to Hunter. Nearly threw it away. Boley out top. Morgan right side looking for Huggins. Pritchett on the deck. Huggins able to keep it. Throws up a shot. No good. Ball tapped. And it's eventually taken in by Pritchett. Here comes Lee. She will sprint ahead. Stops. Left side. This is Pritchett. Wants Luby. Not there. Now they bounce. Bertram backs away. She'll try long two. That is no good off the front of the iron. Lee grabs the rebound. And now she'll cross up Morgan, try to get around her. Lee looking in the corner, ball deflected by Rosette, I believe. And with the left hand, Rosette knocks it out of bounds. Campbellsville will keep the possession, 14 on the shot clock as Lauren Lee will get a break. This may be her first break of the basketball game. Pettigo into Boyle. Pettigo will come back to claim it. And now right side, Bertram. Bertram looking, wanted Luby, not there. Out top, Pettigo, 6 to shoot. Pritchett gonna have to work. Ball knocked away by Rosette, and Pritchett falls down as she and Boley were hooked up there. Now Huggins brings it ahead. She's gonna stop, back out to Rosette. Surprised Rosette didn't shoot that. As I say it, Rosette looked down at her hand, so she may have jammed that thumb when she deflected that pass a minute ago, or even knocked one away from Pritchett. Morgan with a ball fake, nowhere to go, 11 to shoot. Morgan goes inline. Huggins shot strong. Rebound Pettigo. Campbellsville back the other way. Pettigo will bounce. Looking for Pritchett, and Huggins over the back. That'll be the first on Huggins. 4 on Menlo as a club, so Campbellsville, the final 3:02, would shoot free throws. Kiara Brown back in for Morgan. Pettigo bounces to Pritchett. Pritchett looking, still looking, nowhere to go. Finally Pettigo there. Bailey at the elbow, 2 on the way. Good. Bailey Pettigo found a little bit of a opening there as she turned on the dribble, and she sinks the mid-range jumper. Boley to Hunter, hits in the middle, Brown, and we're going to have a foul called here on Courtney Pritchett as Brown caught that at the elbow, and Pritchett was there to get a hand on her. 2:36 on the clock. Menlo will have it. It's a 4-point Campbellsville advantage. Second quarter. Boley will throw it in. Hunter catches. Dumps it down. Back out. Hunter shuffled the feet. Steps called. Hunter was open. Thought about the 3. Didn't pull the trigger. And Campbellsville gets it back. Another turnover on Menlo. Lee re-enters for CU. Bertram checks out. They bounce. Pettigo has Lee down the inline into the corner. Boyle, 3 on the way. Short. Rebound, Brown. Pritchett going to try to tie it up, and Brown does a nice job to rip it free. 2:10 remaining first half. Boley on the dribble. Between the circles. Hunter down to Brown. Looking for Huggins, throws it too far, and Maddie Boyle there to corral it for Campbellsville. Pritchett back now to the offensive end. She'll leave it with Lee. Sizing up Boley. Lee backs away. Pettigo right wing, looking over the top for Lee, wasn't there. Pettigo working with the Pritchett screen. Dribble handoff to Lee. Lee spins back. Somebody's open. They've got Luby inside. They get it to her late, and she's fouled by Rosette, and that is 3 on Jordan Rosette. As she came across late, they had gotten mixed up out top on Brown. I think tried to switch it, and there was a slight miscommunication. Rosette came across late to try to take away the shot attempt. Would have been a point-blank lay-in for Luby, and Rosette will have to sit now with her third foul. Well, because she has to, but Coach Spataro takes her out. And Luby's first free throw is good. Saw Luby's mom and younger brother here earlier. I'm sure Dad is Ryan's around as well. Second free throw on the way, good for Luby. So she sinks both. Campbellsville back up by 6. Boley will cross the timeline with 1:33 on the clock as she sends it over to Morgan. Morgan, inline Brown. Looking for Boley. Extra pass, Hunter. Contested 3 over Bertram. No good. Rebound tapped out by Menlo, but Pritchett was there. Morgan swatted it out, but Pritchett grabbed it. Here, Lee, right side as the defenders had their head turned. Now cut off. Here's Pritchett. Won't shoot it. Bertram. Pritchett. 1:10 to play in the period. Lee driving. Gets the step. Finish not there. Ball knocked up into the air. Taken in by Boley. Lee just couldn't quite connect. Here, Boley drives. Gets around Pettigo. Too strong on that effort. Turnaround shot by Brown is no good. And Pettigo the rebound. So Menlo misses a pair of what appeared to be gimmies. And now Pettigo has to keep it free from Boley. Down under a minute here. Creeping close to 45 seconds, in fact, as Lee works with it right side. Looking back door for Pettigo, not there. Pritchett wide open. 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Luby the rebound. The put back, good for Kayla Luby. Campbellsville extends. It's an 8-point Campbellsville margin now. Boley defended by Bertram. Boley backs away on the crossover. Gets the step. Feeds Huggins on the end line. Nearly back tap. Hunter's open. She'll take the 3 over Luby. No good. Rebound Lee. 13 seconds. Campbellsville can add to their 8-point advantage. 7 seconds. Lee calls for the screen. Working. Luby rolls. Here's Pritchett. 2 seconds. Lee straight away. 3 on the way. Bang! Lauren Lee with an Edward Jones payout as the buzzer sounds to mark the end of the first half. 4 feet beyond the arc, a desperation heave by 5. It counts for 3, and Campbellsville up by 11. They're going to take a look at the monitor, but I don't think they've got anything to peek at. Lee got that away, and the Lady Tigers will lead by 11 at the mid-game break. So the officials will walk over to the monitor. Nosy Matt Payton will peek in as well. It appeared from here live she got it off. It is clean, and they take one look. That ball was probably to the free throw line by the time Campbellsville, or by the time the red square lit up. And the Lady Tigers will head to the locker room with an 11-point advantage, their largest lead of the first half. So the halftime clock has started. They signal the 3 is good. I'll exhale. You do the same. We'll meet back here in 2 minutes and look at the stats that made up the first 20. You're following the Lady Tigers, who lead by 11 on the CU Sports Network.
At Campbellsville University, we're more than a school.
We're more than our 80 major and postgraduate programs.
We're more than our 32 sponsored collegiate sports teams.
We're more than a student body with over 12,000 members.
We're more than our 9 locations spanning from Kentucky to California.
We're even more than our 117 years of academic excellence.
At Campbellsville University, we're more than a school. We are the generation that will build the future.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You got to hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy. That you see me learning, growing, and doing my best. And that is enough.
Brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky Athletic Administrators Association.
Champions of Character connects communities and the NAIA Championships across the United States. All 26-plus NAIA Championship student athletes participate in a Teaming Up for Character activity. These activities are geared toward local communities' youth in schools and community centers. They are an integral part of every NAIA Championship annually, impacting more than 25,000 individuals. For more information on character-driven collegiate athletics, head to naia.org/character.
Halftime here in the Tyson Events Center. Campbellsville's Lady Tigers, thanks to Lauren Lee, lead by 11 at halftime. 37-26. If you're just joining us, I'm sorry. Lauren Lee with the Edward Jones payout as the buzzer would sound to end the first half. And that three would extend Campbellsville's lead from 8 to 11 at the end of the second quarter. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Campbellsville 44% from the field. They were 15 of 34 overall shooting. 1 of 7, that lone Edward Jones three came in the last second. 14% from deep, but well worth it as Lauren Lee hits the buzzer-beating three-point shot. 6 of 7 at the free throw line for Campbellsville's Lady Tigers. That's 85.7%. For Menlo, they were 11 of 30 from the field, 36.7%. 4 of 11 from deep, 36%. And they did not attempt a free throw in the first half. Campbellsville led in scoring in the first by Caitlin Wilkes with 11, the two-time Mid-South Conference Player of the Year, 5 rebounds. With those 11 points, she was 5 of 7 from the field, hit her only free throw attempt. Campbellsville got 10 points from Lauren Lee, 7 rebounds for Lee. And in case you're wondering, I know I was, Lee's career high is 8. So well on her way to a new career best in rebounding. And it's interesting that one of the big points of emphasis for Campbellsville over the last couple of days was the rebounding ability of Shea Boley, the point guard of Menlo. On the season, Boley averages almost 5 rebounds a game from that point guard spot. And they were really, Campbellsville's really wanting to drive the point home that she loves to crash on offense. She'll fly in there and they set up that press and all those different things. And Lauren Lee, on the other side, the point guard for Campbellsville, is the one who has the big rebounding first half. And Campbellsville, of course, needed all of those as they lead by 11. For CU, the two players in double figures I mentioned, Wilkes and Lee, they got 8 points off the bench from Kayla Luby, who was terrific. 3 rebounds for Luby, 3 of 4 from the field. The Lady Tigers got 4 from Bailey Pettigo. Pettigo 4 rebounds for CU. 2 points each for Maddie Boyle and Whitney Hay. Hay hit a pair of free throws, 1 rebound and an assist. Boyle with an assist as well, 1 of 3 from the field. Campbellsville's Courtney Pritchett was scoreless in the first half, but she did chip in with 5 assists and 3 rebounds. Tyra Flowers was scoreless in 5 minutes of play, and Elizabeth Bertram also scoreless in 5 minutes of play. Both Flowers and Bertram did come away with the steal in their minutes for CU in the first half. For Menlo, they were led in scoring by Alberta Frisch. She had 9 points, all coming from deep. She was 3 of 4 from long range in the first half of play. 6 points for Jasmine Huggins. Huggins was 3 of 7 from the field with 3 helpers. They got 5 from Jordan Rosette, who has picked up 3 fouls. Kiara Brown had 4 points, 7 rebounds for Brown. Shea Boley, 2 points, 2 boards, and 5 assists in the first half of play. Aaliyah Hunter, Tia Morgan, and Jesney Cooper all saw time and failed to score for Menlo. Campbellsville out-rebounds the Mighty Oaks 23-15. The Lady Tigers with 7 offensive rebounds, just 3 for Menlo in the first half. They had a 4-rebound advantage on the defensive end at CU. Campbellsville finishes with 9 assists on 15 made baskets, 5 steals and 6 turnovers. Menlo finishing with 9 assists on 11 made baskets, 10 turnovers and 5 steals for the Mighty Oaks. Taking a look at the enhanced scoring. In the paint, Campbellsville a 24-8 advantage. Off turnovers, 4-0 in favor of CU. Second chance, 6-2. Again, the edge for the Lady Tigers, and bench points 10-9 in favor of Campbellsville University. I like this little nugget here. Per possession, the Lady Tigers at 1.02 points per possession. Menlo at 0.70 points per possession. So the Lady Tigers have been more efficient offensively throughout the first 20 minutes. Should they keep that up, they'll have a date here on Saturday evening with either Cumberland's or Dakota Wesleyan. That game scheduled for 6 p.m. Central Time Saturday. That would be for a spot in the NAIA semifinals. We like to call it the Fab Four. We're about midway through this halftime intermission. We'll step away, take an extended break here, and we'll come back on the other side of this and get you ready for the second half as Campbellsville leads Menlo at the mid-game break 37-26 in the NAIA Sweet round of 16 here on the CU Sports Network.
At Campbellsville University, we're more than a school.
We're more than our 80 major and postgraduate programs.
We're more than our 32 sponsored collegiate sports teams.
We're more than a student body with over 12,000 members.
We're more than our 9 locations spanning from Kentucky to California.
We're even more than our 117 years of academic excellence.
At Campbellsville University, we're more than a school. We are the generation that will build the future.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic Sports in Kentucky. Brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky Athletic Administrators Association.
On the basketball court, you have to know where the lines are. It's just as important to know where the lines are in your own yard. Kentucky law generally requires you to have underground utility lines located before most excavation work, even if it's on your own property. If you don't call 811 and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate you, and you may be fined up to $1,250. Much better to stay within the bounds of the law and call before you dig to start putting in that backboard or goalpost. For more information, visit psc.ky.gov. This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
It's basketball season, Tiger fans. Stay connected to the ins and outs of CU basketball via our weekly coaches show, Tiger Timeout. Each Wednesday evening at 6:30, head coaches Ginger High Colvin and Brent Vernon sit down with Matt Payton to discuss the previous matchup, upcoming games, and more. Find it here on 88.7 The Tiger or on the Campbellsville Tiger YouTube channel. Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Tiger Timeout.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Champions of Character connects communities and the NAIA championships across the United States. All 26-plus NAIA championship student athletes participate in a Teaming Up for Character activity. These activities are geared toward local communities' youth in schools and community centers. They are an integral part of every NAIA championship annually, impacting more than 25,000 individuals. For more information on character-driven collegiate athletics, head to naia.org/character.
Pursue a diverse and rewarding career through Campbellsville University's School of Mass Communication. Offering courses in film, journalism, broadcasting, and public relations, CU's Mass Communication program provides a diverse and unique experience for each student. At Campbellsville University's dedicated Mass Communication Center, produce, record, and edit programs for radio and TV. With state-of-the-art technology, equipment, and multiple studios, CU's new facility provides a professional environment for students to grow their knowledge with hands-on experience. In front of or behind the camera, our expanded course options will help you find your calling at Campbellsville University's School of Mass Communication. For more information, contact us at 270-789-5210 or visit us online at campbellsville.edu. Press play on your career with a mass communication degree at Campbellsville University.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
Brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky Athletic Administrators Association.
Back inside the Tyson Events Center, Matt Payton with you at Fleet Farm Arena in Sioux City, Iowa. Terrific crowd on hand today. Many Lady Tiger supporters behind me, and I mentioned earlier that several elementary and middle school students were going to be in and out today during these first three games. I wonder, and I haven't asked, I'll check with Katie Green on this, but there's a large break between. I wonder if they didn't move these games up on this Friday to allow for more of those teams to come in and watch, because you have the Lady Tiger game at 11. That next game will be Cumberland's and Dakota Wesleyan. That is the 1 p.m. Central Time start. So they may try to get a couple of games in before the school day is over. Yesterday, the first game started at 1. That was the Marion and Jamestown game. So that could be an accommodation that the NAIA makes to allow these schools to be able to get out and catch some really good college women's basketball. And in this state with Caitlin Clark, as I look around, I've seen several of these students with Caitlin Clark shirts on, Iowa shirts with the 22 on them. So certainly in this state, maybe more than some others, the women's game is appreciated. As we get set for second half action to begin here, the Lady Tigers leading by 11. Campbellsville starting 5 on the floor. It'll be CU basketball as they go right to left in the second half, left to right for Menlo. Buzzer sounds, and we are ready to get underway as each team has sent their starting 5 out there for the second half of play. And now you may get some more pressure from Menlo as they'll put the heat on lead at inbound. We'll see if they want to try to get after Campbellsville in the second half, maybe save some legs and not allow the Lady Tigers to make halftime adjustments in the second half as they go back and forth out top. Now Boyle hits Lee, far side, back out to Pedigo. She'll work it around as the Lady Tigers try to figure out how to work through this defense of Menlo. Lee at the elbow, 6 seconds. Lee spins, kicks, corner. Pritchett looking, ball deflected back to her. Gonna have to throw it up. Lee won't get the shot off as Menlo forces the shot clock violation. So the Lady Tigers will be hit with a turnover as Menlo able to force them deep into the shot clock. Whitney Hay will check in here as Courtney Pritchett will exit. I think that discussion is more so about Pritchett taking that corner 3. I could be wrong. Right wing, Hunter out to Bowley. Campbellsville will give chase. Bowley again right side, works around Pedigo. She'll drive, inline jumper on the way is no good. I thought that was it. Came up short. Now Hayes rebound. She throws the pass to Lee. It was deflected, hit the backboard. Lee comes up with it. I thought that Bowley shot was going to fall through. He caromed over the rim. Hay needs help. Out to Pedigo. Driving in. Floater for B from straight away. No good. Rebound. Rosette catches. Keeps her balance. Shovels it back to Huggins. Menlo to the offensive end. Neither team has scored in the second half. Bowley left wing. Out top to Rosette. Hit a three earlier. This three is good as Lee not there. Lee gave chase. Not sure it was her assignment or not. Pressure now from Menlo. Hay brings Campbellsville up the floor. Lee back to Pettigo. A little bit of a twilight defense as Pettigo's pass is deflected and stolen by Huggins. So Menlo trying to play that similar style on the Lady Tigers. And the turnover leads to points on the other end. 4 straight for Menlo here. Campbellsville lead, actually 5 straight for Menlo. The Campbellsville lead down to 6. Rosette hit the three. Now out. Boyle will try the answer from the far corner. In and out. Rebound to Brown. Menlo will come back to the offensive end. A chance to draw closer. Bowley out near midcourt. Far wing Rosette. Hits Huggins in the middle. She'll look to work. Fall away shot over Wilkes. No good. Bowley tapped it. And able to get there was Hunter. Hunter working down the inline underneath. Kicks it into the corner. Rosette is open for three, and that is good. The three ball for Menlo has kept them in it here. Frisch has hit three. Rosette has hit three now. 37-34, and as Campbellsville crosses the timeline, Ginger High Colvin will take a timeout as Menlo has drawn to within 3 points. It was an 11-point Campbellsville lead at halftime, and now it is a 3-point Lady Tiger advantage. This becomes the floating media. We'll step away. 7:25 remaining in the third here on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
We are Kentucky Broadcasters, your hometown radio and television stations. We bring you breaking news. We keep you safe. We serve your community in good times and in bad. Your local broadcasters are always there. We are deeply rooted in your small towns and your big cities. We champion a strong sense of civic pride, no matter how we connect. Over the air, online, and on your device. We are Kentucky Broadcasters. There when it matters.
.7:25 to play in the third. Campbellsville with a 3-point advantage. They led by 11. 8 straight for Menlo to start the third quarter. Jordan Rosette with a pair of threes. And the Lady Tigers looking for points here as Maddie Nally will check in for the first time. 6'2", the junior forward from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm not sure what the discussion is here on the far side as one of the officials is over by the clock keeper. Boyle, Maddie Boyle right in front of me, ready to pitch it in. Still a discussion, and they may take Nally back out of the game. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what happened there. Nally could not check in. Boyle to pitch it in as Nally will check in a moment. Pritchett has it. She'll work towards one defender and now come back to Boyle. Boyle around, bounces to Lee. Lee out, Pritchett left corner. Defended by Huggins. Now they go to Hay in the middle. Hay goes to work, spinning, gonna step through. Shot, she's fouled as she goes right at Brown. And this will be actually not on Brown. So they get Huggins, that's her second. The official had stopped right in front of me. It was hard to tell exactly what was going on. I was bobbing my head in and out. So with 7:07 on the clock here in the third quarter, Hay will shoot free throws. The first one is good for Campbellsville's Whitney Hay. First point of the half. One more. And this free throw is good. Elementary kids really getting into it. Hay gets both. She'll run down, high-five her teammates, and come back and sit in a chair right close to Miranda Denny. Maddie Nally out there, 6'2" junior forward from Louisville. Kiara Brown catches down on the end line, needs some help as she's picked up her dribble. Out top, Hunter. Ball deflected by Boyle, and it goes out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock. The Lady Tigers leading by 5, 6:51 to go. Somewhere Benji Kelly is creeping closer to the Tyson Event Center. He'll join us in a bit, I hope. Boley, left side, Rosette, back to Boley out top. Inside they go to Brown. She'll catch and throw one up just over Wilkes. That is good. Not a lot of room. It's kind of a line drive shot by Brown, but it went through. He'll pick up Campbellsville, a little half-court zone defense. Nally feeds down low to Wilkes. Needs help. Boyle bluffs the pass. Now Lee out top. She'll drive in. Boyle is open. Right wing three. Bang! Maddie Boyle with an Edward Jones payout for Campbellsville. 6 points the margin, 42-36. The Lady Tigers going to need a few of those in this second half. Only the second made three of the ball game for Campbellsville. Hunter will take the inline jumper, no good. Rebound, Nally, a nice box out. Boyle chased it down. Nally made that play for Campbellsville. Here's Lee in traffic around Boley, and she's fouled. Boley will throw her thumbs up as if that's a tied ball, but she got entirely too much of Campbellsville's Lee, and she'll go to the free throw line with Lauren Lee. So Campbellsville weathered an early storm from Menlo, and with 5:56 on the clock here in the third quarter, Kayla Luby enters the Campbellsville lineup. Lauren Lee to the nail for CU. Free throw here is good. That will be Lee's 11th point of the ball game. She joins Caitlin Wilkes with 11. Jordan Rosette has 11 for Menlo to lead all scorers, and Lee now has a dozen to be the game's top scorer. It's an 8-point Campbellsville advantage, less than 6 minutes to play in the quarter. Boley, right wing, out top, Huggins thought about it and then drives in, takes the jumper from the free throw line off to the left side, no good. Rebound Boyle. Campbellsville the other way. Boyle, nice little head fake crossover, drives in, shot no good. Luby had it, it's knocked away, and Boley last touched it as it went out of bounds. Nice hustle by Boley, but couldn't quite keep it alive for Menlo as the ball caroms out of play. Lee looking, still looking. She'll come into the corner, Nally. Out top, Pritchett works around Rosette, who has 3 fouls. Lee open, won't shoot it. Drives in, steps through, feeds down. That is Luby, who is fouled by Brown. 2 on Brown. Kayla Luby will go to the free throw line for Campbellsville, as that was a terrific bounce pass by Lauren Lee to set up Kayla Luby. 5:25 on the clock. Luby to the nail. That is 3 team fouls on Menlo. Free throw here is good for the B Nebraska native. Her former club, Concordia, lost a heartbreaker to Providence yesterday afternoon. This free throw for Luby is good as well. She gets both. It's a 10-point Lady Tiger advantage. One off their high, which was 11 at halftime. Boley right side, pressured, backing up, needs help. Flings one to Huggins, and now Frisch left wing, chased by Lee. Frisch looking down in the corner. Brown can't shoot it as Luby closes out. Carries the ball through and steps called. Brown tried to gather and throw the pass, but she shuffled the feet as she pulled it into her midsection. And steps on Kiara Brown. Will turn it over. Campbellsville gets it back. Lauren Lee facing some backcourt man-to-man by Frisch. Crosses the timeline with 5 minutes to play in the third. Boyle gets the handoff from Pritchett. Now Pritchett will work right side into the corner. Boyle shot blocked by Huggins, and it goes out of bounds. Huggins did a nice job to work off the Luby screen. Campbellsville running some offense to try to free themselves up against this pressure of Menlo, which is somewhat similar to the Twilight D Campbellsville plays, as they call it. Nally out to Lee, 8 to shoot. Lee gets some room as she drives. Jumper on the way, no good. Rebound Luby. Stick back, good for Kayla Luby. And the Lady Tigers lead by a dozen. Kayla Luby, have yourself a ball game, young lady. Ball to Huggins. Boyle just missed the back tap. Boley works around, needs help. Throws it looking for Frisch. This ball going to be run down by Boyle. Kept it alive. Lee working against Brown, and she's fouled. Kiara Brown called for her third. Lee hesitated a bit. She wanted to get Brown in the air and pick up that foul. Heady play by Lee. 4 on Menlo as a club. That is 3 on Kiara Brown with 4:18 remaining in the third. Campbellsville's Lauren Lee goes to the free throw line. This should bring us to our standard media timeout under 5, and it will. Lauren Lee at the free throw line. When we return, a chance to add to the 12-point Campbellsville edge. Stay with us here on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
It's basketball season, Tiger fans. Stay connected to the ins and outs of CU basketball via our weekly coaches show, Tiger Timeout. Each Wednesday at 6 p.m., head coaches Ginger High Colvin and Brent Vernon sit down with Matt Payton to discuss previous matchups, upcoming games, and more. Find it here on 88.7 The Tiger or on the Campbellsville Tiger YouTube channel, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Tiger Timeout.
.418 to play in the third quarter. Matt Payton with you in Sioux City, Iowa. Benji Kelly, as I say that, he's made it through the hallway. He's a-coming. Now, if this game gets close, we'll kick him off the headset, folks. Make no bones about it. Should this start to go south, mark this down. 4:18 on the clock, 12 points, Lee at the line. Benji Kelly is going to make his way over and throw on the headset. We may give him a moment to catch his breath. He started his morning in Campbellsville, Kentucky. This side, my friend. Lauren Lee at the line. First free throw on the way, a bit short. Now, if this starts to go haywire, you're off.
I'm off.
You're out. If this starts to go sideways, we're gonna pull the plug. As Lauren Lee has one more, that free throw will fall off. Lee misses both. Whew. So Campbellsville back to the other end on defense here, leading by 12. Huggins out top. She'll go to Cooper. Far side on the wing is Frisch. Hey, just missed the deflection. Frisch inside, knocked out of bounds by Courtney Pritchett as they were looking for Rosette with 4:01 on the clock. It'll be a baseline opportunity underneath for Menlo. We'll give Benji Kelly a moment to catch his breath here.
He's ready.
He's ready?
I'm good. Let's go. Been listening to you all the way.
Frisch to inbound. She's got Rosette out top. Brown bounces back. Bertram got a deflection. Couldn't come up with it, however. And now driving in. Frisch runs through Pritchett. That's going to be an offensive foul on Frisch. That will be her third. 5 on Menlo. Campbellsville in the bonus, but this was an offensive foul, so the Lady Tigers will not be rewarded with free throws here. Jesney Cooper back into the Menlo lineup. Campbellsville leading by 12. Again, a chance to add. Lee missed both those free throws earlier. Hay will flash, and now Campbellsville will work against the full court pressure. So Menlo waits as long as maybe they feel like they could to bust out the full court pressure. Bertram with a ball fake. Looking, bounces. Again, straight line by the official. Hay throws it back to Pritchett. Entry pass here is Luby off the window. No good. Brown the rebound for Menlo as Bertram spills to the ground.
Yeah, it's a good look there by Luby. Got a little contact myself.
Frisch has hit 3. The fourth one in and out. Rebound is to Huggins as Hay kind of had her arm tied up in there looking for that rebound. Huggins falls to the ground as Hay was stuck to her hip. And this foul on Hay will be her first on Campbellsville in the period. Bailey Pettigo back in for Lauren Lee. 3:20 on the clock. Third quarter. Frisch to inbound. Frisch looking. Going to throw it out deep to Rosette. And a little touch pass. Brown went over and back, and they'll blow it dead.
Yep.
Campbellsville may have had a chance at numbers, so an unforced error on Menlo. It's going to be Campbellsville's basketball. I think Bailey was like, what'd I do?
No, it's actually, there's a good pickup of this side official because she put her foot on the line when she tapped it. So
Campbellsville will pitch it in. Bertram will throw it in to Pettigo in the backcourt. Now Pettigo will bring it ahead. 2 defenders there. She'll bounce to Pritchett. Open inside is Bertram. Pritchett couldn't get it to her. Pettigo left side. 1 dribble. Needs help. Pritchett out front. Right wing Bertram. Working around Rosette, who's got a couple of fouls already. This shot no good. Huggins the rebound for Menlo. Huggins will go left side to Frisch. Frisch around 1. Oh, she walked. Stuttered on the court there as this 3 from Rosette is good. And Rosette and the Mighty Oaks will try to pick up, but they were not prepared for the full court pressure that time. It allowed Campbellsville to quickly get it in. Pettigo will lob ahead to Pritchett. Pritchett inside, bouncing, wanted Luby nowhere to go. Actually still has it, in a timeout taken by Ginger High Colvin as Pettigo hits that 3. Of course, it was after the whistle had sounded. So with 2:35 on the clock, Campbellsville will take a 30, leading by 9 points. Benji Kelly.
Well, I tell you, right there, Courtney should have took that shot. I don't think she realized how open she was. But, man, it is good to be here. It's been a whirlwind of a trip this morning. 4:15 a.m. came early. But it allowed me to see something last night that my daughter was in a show choir.
Yep.
Great performance. Drove to Louisville, got on a plane this morning, Minneapolis. It's snowing there, by the way, and landed. Been listening to you the whole way. You sound good, man.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
What about that 3 at the end of the half?
Lauren Lee with that big 3 and propelled Campbellsville to a 12-point lead. Credit Menlo, they answered quickly in the second half. You know, speaking of that show choir, I got to tell Caitlin and the rest of those folks, my 8-year-old, Clark, they went to watch it this week.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Good. He really enjoyed the show choir.
That's right up his
alley. He's got a lot of energy anyway, so it was something he enjoyed. Entry pass from Pettigo was stolen there. They were looking for Luby, and now Menlo will come back the other way, trailing by 9. Long way to go here. Just over 12 minutes to play in the basketball game. Left side Cooper, they'll go into the corner Rosette. Campbellsville takes away that 3-point effort. Frisch may have shuffled her feet there. She'll drive, take an inline jumper, too strong. Brown the rebound, keeps it away from Boyle. Turnaround shot is going to be short. And here Huggins is on the back of Pritchett. And which way are we going to go here? I think you got one. They're going to call this. One came in and over. I think the other gentleman was going to call that on Pritchett on the push.
Well, see, here's the thing. They're blocking out. That is textbook block out by Courtney Pritchett.
And it forced Huggins to come over the back.
Absolutely.
So that foul on Huggins will be her 3rd, Benji, and Courtney Pritchett will go to the free throw line. Campbell's going to have to cash in on these free throw tosses. It's been the long ball for Menlo that has kind of kept them in the hip pocket.
I heard you say it's a great equalizer, and they've hit a few of them. Keep themselves in this game.
Pritchett's free throw here is good. So Campbellsville at 80% for the ball game at the free throw line. Hits that one.
Yeah, Courtney's first points of the game there.
One more for Pritchett, and that one is good as well. So with 2:07 to play in the 3rd, Campbellsville back to an 11-point advantage. Cooper holds right wing. She'll skip it. Frisch can't shoot. Wilkes closes in. Now the inline jumper for Frisch is good from about 12 feet. Pritchett will throw it in to Lee. Right back to Pritchett. Long to Boyle. Boyle has it deflected, and Hayes swats it. Can she get back to it? She cannot. They're going to say last touched by Campbellsville. So it'll go to Menlo. You know, one thing about this court this year, Benji,
I could feel the ice.
I couldn't feel it as much last year.
No,
this is a 2-sock event from here on out. Should Campbellsville advance?
I brought extra.
Cooper over the top looking for Brown. They get it over Pritchett, but Wilkes was there, and now we're going to have a foul as Pritchett forced Brown maybe too far deep. That'll be the second on Wilkes.
So my little chart here I see is not up to date, so I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah, just go without.
I'll look at the screen here.
Frisch going to throw it in over the top of Boyle to Brown. Campbellsville leads by 9 as they take it away. Lee read the pass. She'll bounce ahead. Boyle going to go up, avoids the defender, but the shot won't go. Here, put back for Lee is good. Campbellsville, the second chance bucket.
Is that a career high or tied her career high in rebounds, Lauren Lee there? I heard you say it's 8. That's her 8th one.
Oh, Rosette almost picked up the foul as she ran through Lee and gave a bit of a shove. It's back to an 11-point game. Frisch long to Rosette. Quick release. 3 is good for Jordan Rosette.
Good play.
Campbellsville down under a minute here, 3rd quarter, up by 8. They bounce ahead. Pritchett and the Lady Tigers work against the pressure. Lee holds. Pritchett between the circles will call for Lee to come and set up the offense. 43 seconds. Lee on the dribble. They bounce to Pritchett. Defender goes through. Pritchett feeds inside. Wilkes gets the shot. Block, stays with it. Gets her own putback there as Huggins blocked it. Wilkes stayed with it and throws it in for 2, back to 10.
That's a way to stay with it there, Kit Kat. She's having herself a great game here as well. That's watch the flare here. 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. We'll see if Menlo wants to take it all the way down. Frisch actually, as I say that, going to take the pull-up jumper at the free throw line. Ball bounces off the back of Lee. 9 seconds. Lee beat the buzzer to end the second quarter. Can Campbellsville do it again? Lee sprinting, kicking. Pritchett triple. It was no good. Steps called. I think Lee kind of a little stutter step there that threw her off a bit. Pritchett shot circled and popped out. Campbellsville will make a change or two here to conclude the third quarter as Wilkes, Boyle, and Hay will exit. Pedigo, Luby, and Nally enter. Let's see what Menlo can accomplish here with 2.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They'll throw it into Frisch. Frisch gets by Lee. A long 2, I believe, was that long 2 for Frisch. It hit the front of the iron and fell off long. And that's where the third quarter will come to a close. Campbellsville will head to the fourth. 10 minutes on the clock. It's a 10-point Lady Tiger advantage in the round of 16. You're following Lady Tiger basketball on the Campbellsville University Sports Network.
At Campbellsville University, we're more than a school. We're more than our 80 major and postgraduate programs.
We're more than our 32 sponsored collegiate sports teams.
We're more than a student body with over 12,000 members.
We're more than our 9 locations spanning from Kentucky to California.
We're even more than our 117 years of academic excellence.
At Campbellsville University, we're more than a school. We are the generation that will build the future.
Minutes to play in the basketball game. Campbellsville leads 54-44. Matt Payton and now Benji Kelly here at the Tyson Event Center. So you have that car all Jabberwocky?
Well, I tell you what, let's just say that it's a good thing that the speed limit in South Dakota is higher than anywhere else in the nation.
Did you test the limits of that speed limit?
I did. And plus some. I was just going with traffic. So
there you go.
Those of you back home,
it's 80, right? Or 70? It's 80.
It's 80, yeah.
So 80 is the new 90. Frisch works right side as Menlo starts this fourth quarter with a basketball. Brown drives in, throws up, tough shot, falling away from the rim, gets the bucket. Campbellsville will again work against this pressure. Nally with a nice pass ahead. She'll slow down now with Lauren Lee, who caught it. Lee drives, bounces, Luby, left hand off the window, good. Brown in a bit of foul trouble, elects to not foul Luby, and it's an easy 2 for Campbellsville's Lady Tigers.
Well, that was just good penetration right there. And,
Bailey reached in on Huggins, who misplayed it, and Bailey kind of saw an opportunity, reached in there, and Bailey will pick up her first.
What I like there on that press offense, though, Lauren had the numbers. She circled back out, but then allowed the defense to lull, and then she got an easy pass in there to Kayla.
Inside, Brown cutting, missed the shot, too strong. Luby may have gotten a hand on that on the backside. Campbellsville back the other way. Lee collects. Campbellsville's largest lead has been 12. Edward Jones would like to see the Lady Tigers take their largest lead of the day. Lee in some trouble. Back to Nally right side. Open is
Bailey.
Pritchett. Extra pass is Pedigo. She'll now drive. Working. Little hesitation. Ball batted a few times. Pedigo and Huggins tie it up. Bailey on the deck. Calls the timeout as she grabs the basketball. And
heads up play.
Fighting tooth and nail on that far side. Bailey Pedigo. Her mom was the fan of the game.
Oh, was she? I missed
right
that.
There at halftime. She was.
That was when you were off air.
Fan of the game. Yeah, I was laughing walking back from the restroom there. And Michelle Pedigo was the NAIA fan of the game.
How'd she get that?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Michelle what the protocol is, the process for being named fan of the game. 56-46, Campbellsville leads with 8:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. And I think they're going to check and see maybe if Menlo ever had possession of that or if this is a reset. Did Pedigo's shot hit the rim? That may be what they're looking at. There's 3 on the shot clock.
It did.
I thought it did. They're going to go review.
I saw you said you're going to peek in.
Yeah, well, they'll turn it around, and they may leave it enough to where you can see. This one's a little tougher angle. At the end of the first half,
I'm pretty sure it hit the rim.
It looked like it kind of got pinned there on the bottom half, but from our vantage point, the naked eye, it seemed like it did. They're in a commercial break over there.
They're watching a commercial. Actually, it did hit the rim because she double clutched and it hit the backboard. And then
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So they'll check that. They say that there was no. The ruling on the floor is that there was no possession change. So they will look to see if, with no possession change, they'll look to see if Campbellsville has 3 seconds to work with, or if they will have some extra time based on whatever the shot clock would have wound down to after the shot would have hit rim. So again, 56-46 our score. The shot at the end of the first half did not take long to review. It was pretty much a one take on the replay. They brought the third official over just to confirm, but that ball was at the free throw line by the time the red light had lit up on the Lauren Lee shot. Until Menlo taking the court here, but they'll be ushered back off as there is a review trying to see if Bailey's driving shot hit the rim. There it is, and it's going to be really tough for you, Benji, to see. They're looking at the clock. You can see the official there pointing at the clock, so then they'll use that to kind of do the math to figure out what the shot clock should be. So I'm going to guess you're going to be somewhere around like 16 17.
I would think. You're usually supposed to have a stopwatch here, but anywho.
So Campbellsville will come back out on the floor when that time comes.
Well, the good thing is we know that we have possession, and that's just a heads-up play by Pettigo to get that ball and call a timeout. Now, that leaves Campbellsville, I think, with one timeout left, if my math serves me correct.
Campbellsville shows the one TOL up there, 3 TOLs for Menlo. The Lady Tigers for the ball game shooting 40.8%. This half, just 33%, so that percentage has come down a bit. Menlo has hit 4 of 5 3-point field goals in this second half of action. Game's leading scorer is Jordan Rosette with 17. Lauren Lee has 14 to go with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Luby has 14 and Caitlin Wilkes with 13 for the Lady Tigers, and they are still off to Benji's right about 3 or 4 feet trying to figure out what exactly I believe they're looking at the time, because at this point, Benji, I think if the
it hits a rim, they're looking to see how much time is left.
That's what you have to review, because had it not hit the rim, you're ready to go back to play. You say you got 3 seconds and everything's hunky dory. But clearly, they're going to add some time for Campbellsville's Lady Tigers, or at least that's the way that I interpret this, based on the amount of time taken here.
Actually, I don't know if it hit the rim, Matt.
Okay,
it skimmed over the top.
So if that's the case, it would be 3 seconds. So I think we're good then. If Benji's view is correct, then I don't think it hit the rim, and Campbellsville would have 3 seconds with which to work. Campbellsville has forced 15 Menlo turnovers. The Lady Tigers have turned it over 11 times themselves. So with 8:48, Campbellsville have a 10-point advantage. They'll try to add here, and they'll have to do it quickly. So it'll be a baseline out of bounds, or will they inbound off the side? Bailey called that timeout.
Well, it's inside the 3-point line, so they go to the baseline, I believe.
Was she inside her chest? I don't know. It been close as to whether she may have been definitely on top of it.
They are going sideline.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, good call.
She was a little further out, so this will be a sideline. So Campbellsville will have to go quickly here. 3 seconds.
Quick hitter.
Lead at inbound. Looking. They bounce. Nally catches. Back to Lee. And the shot blocked by Huggins. As she was able to read that, she'll go ahead to Frisch, whose shot is good. So Menlo gets the stop there. Campbellsville can't come up with a good look, and that's where the length of Menlo comes in handy. Huggins.
I'm surprised, though, they let that play on because of the shot clock violation.
Yeah. Here's Lee. She'll go to Pettigo in the corner. Changes for Campbellsville at the next stoppage. An 8-point Lady Tiger lead. Pritchett stops, looking. Nally will flash. Entry to Luby. Threads the needle. Luby the left hand. That is good. She gets the finish and a fine for Maddie Nally.
That's just a great post up. And Kayla actually an extra post up there to get open. Nice look and easy buckets.
Up front, Huggins. Cooper. They hit in the middle. Brown on the inline. Back out top, Frisch. Ball fake. She'll drive. Free throw line jumper for Frisch is good. She's had a big afternoon. Frisch now with 15, averaging about 10 a game. Campbellsville by 8. Again working against the pressure. Pettigo will hit Lee in the middle. Right in the circle there. And Lee will hold on to it. 58-50. Pritchett works right side. She'll go right at Brown. Throws one up too strong. Ball battled for. Cooper going to win it as she jumped up and took it away from Pettigo and Luby. Menlo with a chance to creep closer. Huggins between two defenders. Back out top, deflected, and Pettigo picks it up. No numbers. It's a 1-on-2. Lee gets back. Cooper swats it away, however. Bailey Pettigo, I think, was right at that moment to turn back, and Cooper got a hand on.
She couldn't really commit to, am I going to take this all the way or not? And as a result, that little hesitation allowed it to be turned over.
Down the inline, Brown working against Luby. Throws it back out to Frisch. Less than 7 minutes to go. Right side. Cooper bluffs the shot. She'll deck it. Throws it to Brown. Jumper off the inline. Good for Kiara Brown. And it is a 58-52 score. Lee quickly past Huggins. She'll hit Pettigo, and the Lady Tigers will slow it down. Boyle and Wilkes at the table to check in. 6.5 to go. Pritchett bounces to Lee. Works with the screen. Thought about the pull-up jumper there, or the won't do it. Now inside, Pettigo looking for Luby. Pritchett going to tie up Huggins, and the arrow will go to Campbellsville here. So the Lady Tigers will take possession thanks to the arrow. 6:18. Boyle and Wilkes check in. 20 will go on the shot clock here as they take possession on this end of the court. Lee throws it into Nally. They bounce. Lee out top. Boyle circles. They've got her. Right wing. Triple on the way is too strong. Rebound to Boley, who's back in.
It was a good look.
Menlo will push. Right side, Brown. Ooh, she carried it. No call. Rosette inside. Back out. Frisch jumps up, grabs it, leaves it off. Was it thrown away or touched? It was thrown away by Frisch.
And that's just great defense there by Maddie Nolly. That extended length that she is 6'2", 6'3", gets her hands up, and it forced Menlo to throw it to where someone wasn't.
Far side, Pritchett will bring it ahead.
Need a bucket here, Matt.
Hand it back to Lee. Yes, the Lady Tigers need points. Lee inside. Wilkes working off glass. Good for Caitlin Wilkes. She goes right over the top of the Golden State's Athletic Conference first team member Brown.
That's just a nice post move offensive set for the Lady Tigers.
8 points the margin. Nally inside. Gamble didn't get there. Rosette able to gather and go up with a quick 2. They get an answer as Menlo back to 6 points. Boyle to Nally, and now Lee. Inching closer to 5 minutes. Lee wanted Wilkes, can't get it to her. They'll front her now. Pritchett looking over the top. Now the bounce. Wilkes going to go up the left hand. Shot no good. Boley the rebound for Menlo. Back the other way. Frisch out to Boley. Nearly threw it away again. Into the corner. Open is Cooper. 3 for Cooper. No good. Rebound Wilkes. Campbellsville dodges a bit of a bullet as Cooper was open.
Well, she was wide open, Matt. Wide open, but good rebound there by Caitlin Wilkes. Campbellsville chance here to make it a 3.
Inside, Boyle wide open, cutting is Lee. She gets the deuce, and Maddie Boyle with a nifty little dime.
I love these offensive sets that these Lady Tigers run when they need to get easy points. They're so effective.
Cooper to Brown at the elbow, turnaround shot, no good. Lee the board, a new career best for Lee.
High board. Your point guard getting 9 rebounds. Folks, that is huge.
One off a double-double here.
Yeah, let's get it.
They bounce to Pritchett. Campbellsville by 8. Lee going to circle back, cutting. Boyle not there.
Nice.
She fools the defender.
Nice.
3, too strong. And the rebound to Boley. The defender saw Boyle start to cut, and she sagged down hard. Boyle immediately went back, and now they've thrown it away. Frisch looking for Brown. A turnover on Menlo. Coach Spataro wants a timeout here, or is this the media already? This is the media. Well, the official's throwing up a 30 to Coach Spataro.
I guess you did. We had a floating media.
We had the floating, so maybe that's.
Yeah.
So here we are with 354 remaining in the basketball game. A timeout by Menlo, 62-54 the count. Campbellsville's basketball. The Mighty Oaks have turned it over, Benji, getting close to 20 times in this basketball game. The Lady Tigers on those turnovers have scored just 6 points according to the stat sheet. Little to be desired if that is the case, but rebounding is a big point of emphasis for Campbellsville, and to this point they've done a really nice job on the glass.
Well, and there was one game this year where Campbellsville really struggled on the boards, and that was against the loss against Indiana Wesleyan. And man, these kids were loud on the radio, but they're even more loud here. But as a result, I think they had one practice where all they did was rebounding, and what it does is it allows you to kind of control the narrative when you're able to conquer the boards like this Lady Tiger team is. So out rebounding them by 11 and keeping them under their average is just a huge benefit. Now, here's the other thing, the three-point shots. That's what's keeping Menlo in this game. They're 8 of 17 from downtown. You take those numbers out, they're really 15 for 40 or 37, so below 50%. So you'll take those.
The winner will move on to Saturday evening, 6 p.m. Central Time contest. They would battle either Cumberland's or Dakota Wesleyan, so there's still a lot of basketball to be played, but Campbellsville could be in a situation to play Cumberland's for a fourth time should things play out that way here today. Back to work. Campbellsville breaks the pressure. This ball kicked as Boley got her left winkle picker on it. Thinking about you, Rusty Hollingsworth.
Yeah, he's listening. He's been texting me. Said a good crowd there in the theater room of the new Heilman Welcome Center.
Campbellsville pitches it in play. Lee looking, and she's in a trap. Going to get out of it, though. They overcommit. Right wing, Boyle, 3 on the way. Bang! Maddie Boyles, Edward Jones, 3. Puts Campbellsville up 11.
Let's go. Good penetration there by Lawrence. She walked.
Huggins walks as Boyle flies out, and what would have been her grandfather's, I believe, Jeremy Boyle told me, 76th birthday today. The Cowboy who passed away a few weeks back, and Maddie Boyle here this afternoon. The big performance for Campbellsville. That 3 extended the lead, and then the defensive effort would force the turnover inside. Pritchett walks off the window. Good. Campbellsville adds to their advantage, and it's now a baker's dozen. Inside, Huggins steps through. They're going to wave it off, steps, and now you're at a point. If you're Menlo, you're teetering.
Yeah, you're seeing the frustration here. You know, you stuck around. You got it to 6. Every time Campbellsville makes a run, you've made a run, but now this may be the run that puts the dagger in it.
Let's see if Campbellsville can hit the knockout punch. Pritchett inside, has Wilkes off glass, no good. Ball batted and Frisch there. Campbellsville can't connect. Menlo back the other way, less than 3 minutes to go, down by 13. The Lady Tigers looking for a stop. Huggins holds. Frisch flashes. The Lady Tigers have scored 7 straight. Skip pass, Boley, left wing around Boyle. Bounces, deflected, stolen by Lee. 2-on-1. Lee against Boley goes up, shot no good. Boyle has it knocked away by Frisch and out of bounds. Lee spills to the ground once again.
Well, if there was contact out here in the mid-court, there should have been a foul.
There was not contact on the shot, but there was that last 3 steps. Boley tried to ride her a bit, no call. Campbellsville fortunate to keep the possession here. Boyle flashes. They've got her. Can't shoot it, though. As Boley able to draw
a little
close.
Clock here. It's okay to use a little clock.
Now they wanted the entry, not there. They nearly throw it away as Rosette Gambles doesn't get to the spot. Boyle again. 3. Bang! Maddie Boyle! Her third Edward Jones 3, and it's a 16-point Lady Tiger lead with 2:13 to go.
That may be the dagger right there, Matt Payton.
Frisch had it deflected, able to get it back. 3 Lady Tigers were there. Brown spins, now dribbles out, right wing holds it. She'll skip it, far side. Rosette tries the answer. Wow. That is good. Tip of the hat to you, young lady.
Absolutely.
Less than 2 minutes to go. It's a 13-point CU advantage.
Wow. I knew kept saying she was good, but I didn't see her in person. It's really
right
good.
wing Boyle, 3.
But she's good.
Save! Holy cow. Back to 16, Campbellsville.
Let's go.
Answers the Rosette 3. Maddie Boyle, just have yourself a fourth quarter.
I'm telling you, I turned around and looked at her dad, and she's like, let's go, baby.
Bowley flings one up. No good. Nally the rebound. Yes. She's tied up. We'll go to the arrow here, and that's going to stay with Menlo with 1:24 to play.
Maddie Boyle. Wow. Did she have any points in the first half?
She hit a 3. Or no, she did not. I don't know if she may have had 2. I think she had 2 points.
Okay.
She hit a running layup.
That's right.
In the first half, as I look down for that first half stat sheet. She had 2 points in the first. She's got 14 now. She's got 4 second half. Edward Jones 3s. Maddie Boyle at 14. She, one of 4 Lady Tigers in double figures. Caitlin Wilkes leads the way with 17. Luby with 16 for Campbellsville. Lauren Lee also with 16 points. Lee flirting with a triple-double. I don't think she's going to get there, but 9 rebounds and 7 assists for Lauren Lee. And then, as I mentioned, Boyle double figures with 14 points for Campbellsville University. 4 made Edward Jones 3s, 3 of them in the last, Benji?
Minute,
2 minutes seconds. Or so, yeah, to help Campbellsville extend. And now you're at a point where it would take a bit of a miracle here for Menlo.
Well, you know that they're off the out of bounds here. If they miss shot or even on a make shot, they're gonna have to start fouling to extend this game.
Bowley still looking, finds a flashing Huggins who throws one in for 2. Campbellsville couldn't come up with a stop. A quick bucket for Menlo is precisely what they needed. And Bowley will give chase. Pritchett gets just enough room to get that to Lee. Lee will now circle back out, and she is fouled by Rosette. And Rosette picks up her 4th, Benji, so she now is at risk here.
Well, at this point, you got a minute 10 left.
That's the first in the period.
Yeah, she had
So this is problematic for Menlo. That's the first foul in the period. So they got a long way to go.
Well, that can waste some time.
Boyle holds briefly. Bowley all over her. Ball was deflected. Here, Boyle gets around the defender. Thought about it. Now dumps it down. She's got Luby who wants to come right back out. A takeaway as Bowley rips it out of the arms of Luby. So that will be a turnover on CU. Kayla Luby's first. Second on Campbellsville in the quarter. 59.2 seconds remain. They lead by 14 points to CU. Would be the Lady Tigers' 31st win of the season. Hand off to Rosette. She's going to quickly let it ride over Lee. No good, around and off. Pritchett the rebound. Brown there. Pritchett holds. Campbellsville with just the 1 timeout remaining. They'll try to work it ahead. They do. Boyle hits Lee. She'll settle in on the far side right in front of Ginger High Call. Then Bowley walks over to foul. That's going to be 3 on Bowley. Just the second on Menlo. 40.8 seconds to go. Lee pitches it into Boyle. She'll hold. She'll wait on that 5-second call a bit. Now attack. Boyle backs away. Double team there. Has it knocked out of her arms. And it'll be a turnover. Fortunately here for Campbellsville, you've got enough of a cushion that you're not in the...
Yeah, you've got a 14-point lead. The key thing is here...
Get stops.
Yeah, get some stops or even put a little pressure on them here in the backcourt. Make them work.
Trish will try to work around Boyle. Now Rosette greeted by Lee. Brown going to try the 3. That is no good. Pedigo the rebound, and it was knocked away by Huggins. Frisch the putback. Timeout by Coach Spataro. Now she's going to say no timeout. Boyle gets around. 15 seconds here as Boyle bumped out to Lee at midcourt. 13 seconds. No foul. And Campbellsville University
advance.
Will pick up the victory here, Benji Kelly. This will be a 73-61 victory for Campbellsville's Lady Tigers. Campbellsville will move on to the quarterfinals, the 15th quarterfinal appearance for Campbellsville University's Lady Tigers all time. And the head coach joins me. Coach, you've had a lot going on over the last week, or can we get one more? Thank you. Over the last week or two, and I know today, so this one a little tough to coach. I know you got a lot going on, but how about those Lady Tigers and that group really, I mean, they weathered a couple of storms, fought tooth and nail, and pull out a big win.
The thing about going to the national tournament and playing in the national tournament you're never going to play a bad team. And Menlo's definitely not a bad team. They are so long, so athletic, and we knew that going in. They shoot the ball extremely well, and they're well coached, and it's just a matter of getting through the grind. They jumped out, hit some shots on us early, which I wasn't fond of, but I never worry about our kids when it comes to something like that, because I know they're always going to fight hard. They're never going to get really get rattled, and they didn't get rattled, and we didn't hit shots. We didn't hit shots early, and that was tough for us. But as the game went on and we found our rhythm, I felt like our posts were outstanding today. And Kayla Luby and Caitlin Wilkes, and we did a really good job getting the ball to them today.
You have 4 players that averaged double figures on the season for you. All 4 of them today were in the teens. Caitlin Wilkes led the way with 17. Lauren Lee flirted with a triple-double. She had 16, 9, and 7 assists. Then Kayla Luby also with 16 points. Maddie Boyle, how about her fourth quarter at the point where that game could have really still, even with the 6-8 point advantage, it could have went either way.
Sure, absolutely.
And Maddie Boyle sinks 3 big Edward Jones
She had
threes.
shot, I don't know how many she had shot prior to. I even ran a couple plays for her, trying to get the ball to her and trying to get her to get some open looks. And the 2 that she let go in front of me, in front of the rim, I mean, they went in and came out. And but Maddie Boyle's not going to let anything like that bother her. She's going to keep firing it, and they were the nail in the coffin. There's no doubt about that.
Talk to me about Lauren Lee. You and I.
How much time do we have?
You and I talk a lot, right? And so the conversations we get to have about your team in general, everybody and what they can do and the skill sets and all that stuff. But today, you knew Menlo was going to pressure. They didn't pressure early. They kind of backed out, waited until the second half. Yep. And certainly that probably helped out a little bit. But when Five's out there, she's just in control. The moment's never too fast. It's never too big. It's just she is the definition of kind of that steady rudder in the water.
She is. And we've been blessed, as you know, at Campbellsville with some tremendous point guards. And she just fits right in there with that. Her game continues to improve. It continues to get better. She plays with more confidence, and the shots that she hits are calculated. If anything else, you could say calculated. But she is she's special. I'm not to down anybody else in this tournament, but I feel like she's definitely one of the best, if not the best point guard in the country right now.
The length, you knew Kiara Brown's a terrific post for Menlo and some of the things that they can do. But you mentioned the post play of Kayla Luby and Caitlin Wilkes. Yeah. And again, today, Coach, they really dominated 14 of 22. They finished with 33 points in the basketball game. They just never... it always seemed like if you needed a bucket, one of those 2 would be able to find a way to seal, get open, and somebody was going to pass them open. There were some terrific passes inside feeding today.
I felt like our kids, and that was one of the things we talked about, was make sure our posts get touches. And I thought they did an outstanding job making sure they got touches. And we executed well and got our sets, got what we wanted, and I was very proud of them. Like I say, we missed some easy stuff, and then Kate missed one down the stretch when they were going on a little bit of a run. We went down, got a defensive stop, and then came right back down. And I felt like we never really got on our heels. Even though we were missing shots, I feel like we stayed the course. But, yeah, when you've got 2 kids like that can really come in, and I'm not sure the minutes. I don't have my glasses on, Matt. So, yeah, tell me how many minutes each play.
Lauren had 38, 33 for Courtney Pritchett. Everybody else was under 30. And actually after Lee and Pritchett, 29 for Boyle. And then you're down around the 22 mark.
Okay, so Kayla and Caitlin, that's the 2 that really take the physicality of the game. So anytime that you can share minutes with them, that helps things out tremendously. And I thought Maddie Nally came in and the second half and did a lot of nice things for us defensively and helped handle that pressure too. And it's just nice to have so many different weapons for so many different kinds of teams. And today she stepped in and did a really good job.
I know you got a lot going on over the next little bit. I'll let you get out of here. But Cumberland's, who obviously you know very well, Coach Rick Reeves' bunch will take on Dakota Wesleyan. The winner of this game advances.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about Dakota Wesleyan. Probably not near as much as you know about the other team. But you'll get to settle in. Your kids will get to watch this game. I feel like that always helps to get eyes on that team before you play them, especially that day.
It does. And, we watch a lot of film. And when you do watch film, it's one thing. And that's one thing I told Caitlin and Caleb when the game started, because their posts are really quick, and they put it on the floor from from the elbow. I said, whatever you do, don't put hands on them early. I don't even care if they score a layup early. I want you to figure out how quick they are, and I want you to get that in your head, their quickness, because you can't judge. Obviously, you've played Cumberland 3 times. We know their personnel. We know how good they are. But this team is equally as good. They play in a tough league like we play in a tough league. They've got good post play. I've actually been able to watch them some throughout the season just because they're in such a good league, and it's a lot of teams that are ranked. So I've been able to watch them, and I think it should be a good game. If I had to pick, I think I would pick Cumberland's, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But we've obviously been able to watch a lot of Dakota Wesleyan just because we didn't have to watch so much of the Cumberlands, because we know, obviously, anytime you come here, somebody's going to put in new stuff, but they've got a system like we've got a system, and I don't think they'll change much tournament-wise. So to be able to sit and watch Wesleyan has helped a little bit the last couple of days.
And last thing before I let you go, rebounding was a big point of emphasis for you this week, talking to them how their guards would even rebound. Shea Bowley finished with 7, but only 2 on the offensive end. You out-rebound today by 10 and 7 on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Point of emphasis, I think you passed that test with flying colors.
That's been our point of emphasis all season. We've not been a good rebounding team, and so that's something. If we're going to continue here, we have to be a good team on the boards, and so that's a plus for us to come out against a team they're that athletic. Man, they're so quick to the ball, they're so long, so to get them on the boards is a plus for us for sure.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
Just throw some prayers out there for my mom. She's in surgery right now. I know a few people, she had fallen and broken both wrists during this time, and my brother and my dad and my family are holding down the fort right now, but she's in surgery as we speak, so just throw a prayer out to her.
Is the first question when she wakes up?
I guarantee it will be.
It will be.
It will be who won the ball game.
Who won the ball game? How did the girls do? It's a wonder she didn't get that switch, but when you're on that type of schedule, you got to take what you can get and get squared away. So.
I can promise you that'll be her first question.
Well, so, good news.
Yeah, good news. Yeah, I'm glad we're giving her good news.
Absolutely. Congratulations,
Thank you all.
Ginger I. Colvin and the Lady Tigers advance the win here over Menlo, 73 to 61. Back in action tomorrow evening here in the NAIA quarterfinals. You can catch the game on the CU Sports Network.